that's only your name. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So okay. Now next Alina.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry to interject, Ali. Over to you. All right. Okay. Thanks.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Firstly,
I have.
congratulations, Ali, for your paper,
Oh, yes.
conference paper.
Yes. I have prepared a small presentation regarding it. If I can share.
Okay, good.
Share it. Can you see, please, my slides?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Ali, this one can we use it in the stock market? Your model.
Yes.
Huh?
Hopefully.
Can make money or
Uh,
not? My question, can make money or not?
Yes, it's still not at that stage yet. It's still, I didn't apply any, sales by calculation for it. So it's still just a prediction without a trading rules.
Okay.
Yes,
We need
but
to do that.
hopefully,
We need to do that,
yes,
and maybe we can actually make money lah.
yes, hopefully.
Please share with me, yeah?
Huh?
Oh, yes, sure.
Please share with
I
me.
will. Oh, yes. So regarding this paper is an RX neural network model to predict one-day ahead movement of the stock market index in Malaysia. Just a brief introduction. The stock market is a trading financial instrument for public listed companies. We have the share or the stock price, and the price of the share are driven usually by supply and demand in the market. The stock market is very important because it facilitates the movement of funds from people who have the money to people who can invest it. And the market participant usually have some prediction and making decisions based on some predictions. And if you have a better prediction, sure you will have better decisions and you will have a better return. Regarding the theories for this particular studies, it builds on the CAPM, Capital Asset Pricing Model, that the relationship of the stock price and including the risk and the market return, and the extension of the CAPM, which is the arbitrage pricing theory, that include in the CAPM model some macroeconomic factors that influence the markets. And so in this particular study, we used macroeconomic factors, which are commodity prices, in addition to the exchange rate, to predict the short-term stock price. And for prediction technique, we have the fundamental analysis, which include economic, industry, and firm data. And we have the technical analysis, which is more related to the price data and the volumes. And it focus on the trend, peaks, bottoms, patterns, and on the calculation from these. These technical and fundamental factors usually goes into a conventional models, which is either linear or non-linear models. Linear model like ARIMA and non-linear model like GARSH, which is quite famous in econometrics. And we have the advanced soft computing models, that is the artificial intelligence neural network model, and the hybrid model. The hybrid model, which include conventional and artificial neural network model. So why artificial neural network model? It replicates brain process, it solves nonlinear problems, it can handle chaotic and bad nonlinear data. It can solve problem even with new theoretical foundation, and its performance is comparing to the conventional have proven to be superior, and it have very growing use and very growing algorithms. So the methodology used, we have the independent factors are the palm oil price, because in Malaysia, it's one of the very important factors for the economy, and we have a significant short-term relationship between the palm oil price and the index. And we have the oil price. Here we use the Western Texas intermediate oil price and the gold price and the exchange rate for the ringgit to US dollar. The research, this paper framework was that we collected the input, the data, and we have some processing for it, and then we have the parameter selection and the training and testing. In the collection here, we have the index price data, we have the oil price, the gold price, the palm oil, the exchange rate. All this data goes into normalization to 1 and 0, and smoothing for exponential moving average. And then we have testing the variable selection. The variable selection, I used here SPSS model, the multi-perceptron model in the SPSS modeler, to test this variable that they have a significant relationship with the price data, with the independent variable, and to make sure the strong relationship and how much is this relationship could be in the big neural network model, in the NARIX neural network model. So after that, we assemble the training and testing data. We separate the data into training and testing to have out-of-sample testing. And the parameter of the NARIX model is set. I'll go into it more details, and the evaluation criteria setting. And then we did a training in the training data sets and then test the model. So the data was split into 90% of the data for training and 10%. The 90% then split into 70% for neural network model, 70% for training, 15% for validation, and 15% for in-sample testing. Rather than the other 10% for out-of-sample testing. The number of neurons in the neural network was optimized, and the training algorithms, we test 3 algorithms, the Levenberg and Bayesian regularization and scale conjugate. Those are very famous algorithms and very popular in use. And the selection of the best neural network was run through a loop and optimized, and the lags was tested for 0, 1, 2, 3, and select the optimal. After that, we have the evaluation criteria. The evaluation criteria was through the mean square error and the hit rate and the R-square coefficient of determinations. And the result was that we have done 48 experiments with different combination of those exogenous variables, so that are the palm oil, the oil price, the commodity prices, and then there is actually an encouraging results for the model, but not for the predictors. So the exogenous variable did not, on average, improve the prediction, because I run the model separately with only the stock price, with only the key LCI price data, and without any exogenous variable. And interestingly, on average, on these 48 experiments, the number of experiments that was run with the stock price data alone, the model can also perform comparably to the use of exogenous. The exogenous improve the model a little, but not significantly. So those was the main contribution of that paper, that in the short term, the use of one step ahead prediction, the use of these commodity prices might not, on average, improve the prediction significantly. And this goes maybe back to the saying that, the stock market in the short term is a voting machine rather than a waiting machine. So it can be driven more rather than those macroeconomic events immediately, rather than with emotions. And I have another paper that discussed the use of technical variables. And interestingly, the technical variable improved the result significantly. But this paper I've not published yet. Is under.
So technical is better.
Yes. Yes. So
Right.
technical better for very short term, the next day, yes, prediction.
Okay, so
rather than, yes.
Basically, does it actually related to the efficient market hypothesis, or is it related to the random walk theory? Okay, because
So-
you're looking at these macroeconomic variables. So this is actually like, I mean, the fundamental, what you call it, data, right? As compared to the technical. So,
Yes.
so does it has to do with this efficient market hypothesis? Or I'm just thinking, okay, why is it? Okay, you say that it's not actually significant enough, okay, for the for the fundamental data as compared to the technical.
Yes, I think one thing, even as you correctly mentioned, that it's interesting that theoretically there are evidence of showing relationships between those fundamental factors that I even built on all of that studies that said that there is a significant relationship between the market behavior and the KLCI price and those relationship. But maybe because I have tested for very short term, which is 1 day step ahead.
Okay.
1 day step ahead rather than a weekly data or a monthly data, which usually preferable in those econometric models, because they cannot handle the large volume of data, and they tend to use more of the larger frame data to see also the impact. Even for their short term, it might not implicate 1 day step ahead. I was mainly focused on trading. That is that a trading trigger that can be useful for trading using artificial neural network.
So your
And,
conclusion is cannot use, right?
Yes, my conclusion is on average, it
Ah.
didn't improve the prediction of next day prediction. This
So
was my
cannot use lah. Simple word cannot use.
Yes, yeah, that's in the neural network. It might have another use, in
For long
different.
term. Maybe if you are predict it for, can you do that for prediction for 1 year or maybe 6 months or 3 months?
Yeah, yes, yes, but I need a larger time frame. So the neural network usually work better when you feed it with a lot of data rather than those linear and non-linear models. So this is why I also select a high frequency data, that to see when you have a daily data. Actually, some people now use the neural network, for even the 10-minute data, the 15-minute data, those high frequency.
Where do they get?
Trading.
Where can they get the data for 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
I think you have to have like a paid account in some, like with Bloomberg or some of these firms that can provide these data. But I don't know. Is it available on the data stream? I'm not sure that it's
Normally,
available.
normally they only publish for daily data, right? Only
Yes.
publish, yeah, normal. What call it? Database only publish the daily data. But if you can get the maybe 5-minute data, 10-minute data, then it's better. But basically, that's the thing lah. Okay, so your paper says that okay, the data using the neural network on average this does not actually having a very good prediction capability, right? So
Yes.
that's how academics say it. But
Yes.
but 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 from my understanding, no, it cannot work, right? You cannot. You lose money. You lose money. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
But for the technical, okay, when you use volume, you use the technical, I would call it
Yes.
indicators, it improve. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh.
It quite improved the prediction. So I have used 6 factors.
Okay.
Inshallah, I'll send you, Doctor, the paper. It's ready. I have improved it much better, and it's ready before I publish. I have used 6 technical factors that includes MACD, RSI, the percentage volume, CHV volume, and the stochastic. Yes. What else? Yes, I have used the very famous.
So basically, all of it are momentum indicators.
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. All of them is momentum, and I think one of them is volatility, which is the percentage R, is volatility.
Okay.
And quite interestingly, those momentum shows that in the short term, it can improve the prediction. It shows some good improvement in the prediction. Yes,
so how do you want to use the signal?
Actually, I compare in that paper between my paper and 2 other papers.
Okay.
Because I did it for CIMB. And in these 2 papers, they use macroeconomic factors, and they said it's good and it make the result good. And when I use the technical, it much improve the results. So like their error percentage goes from 0.5 to 0.003. Yeah, so the mean square error much better. The hit rate reach 81%, which is quite significant.
So if you already know that this is a good indicator, which are the six we call it your technical indicators that you are using. So in providing the signals, providing signal, so you need to have the six indicators.
Yes, I think in the paper I reached to yes. I think in providing signals, I'm not sure.
You need to have the trading rules, right? So, for example,
yes,
MACD should be what? Okay, RSI should be between what and what? Then it will trigger the signal. So that one is not yet being you haven't think about it, right?
Yes, I have never searched it or think about it because, as you said, this is the most important thing, but practically. But during this, I have not. It will be quite.
One more thing is that when you say that the 6 we call it indicators have a good prediction, so for example, if practically, do you need to have all these 6 as your trading rules, or you can have combination of 2 or 3 is already sufficient?
Yes, I think you have
using automation, right?
Yes, I think you can have 3 of them, and the MACD, the RSI, and one of the other volatility.
But that one is actually being used, being selected from optimization process, or what?
The selection was I didn't do feature selection. I understand. Maybe inshallah during I planned for a paper that tests 34 technical variable, and I'll do selection variable. But in this paper, I only do it very simply. I test only the first one, then I add the second one, then I add the third one, then I add the fourth one, like this. I keep it this because if I want to test all the combination, I will be ending with like very huge number of experiments. So I did it like this, and I did 72 experiments. Yes.
All right. So you have sent the draft to Prof. Fauzias, right? For your chapters.
Yes.
That one is chapter 1 until chapter.
Yes, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3.
Okay. All right.
I try to also simplify the simplify the model and all of these technicalities.
Okay. So what is your plan after this? Okay. What is your plan? What is your plan? I mean, I want to know. I mean, your way forward.
I wish we could do something like, you know, build something out of it, something practical, something useful.
Okay, that one is later on. I want to see your plan for your PhD now your thesis.
Yes.
So
for my thesis now, after this, as I said, I'm doing testing for a lot of technical variables, 34 technical variables. I'm using also feature selection. I'm still struggling with the feature selection. What is the optimal feature selection rules that or methodology that I will be used, and it with selection of variables, and then I will test the other fundamental variables, because I only test now the first dimension. I have 3 dimensions: the macroeconomic, the industry, and the firm. I will test the industry and the firm factors, with also I might include also the macroeconomic, and see does it help to mix all of these, and also to see them. Then out of these, I'll see how. Hopefully, if we got good result, then I'll try to integrate.
Okay, now you haven't gone for your, I mean QT is halas, right? QT.
Yes. QT halas. I send the correction.
Okay, and then now it's actually for your analysis, and then you need to submit the thesis. Correct? Yes. So you still you want to analyze the firm, the industry, and also the firm.
Yes, okay. in the fundamental, and also I want to analyze, because in the pilot study I only tested 6 out of the 34. I want to test also in the technical the 34 and select from the 34.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it's going to be. Is it going to be a lot of time?
It will take a lot of analysis, but hopefully I will speed it up.
Okay. I want to know. Okay, how long have you? I mean, in your years of study right now?
Yes. I'm now in semester 7.
7, 3.5 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you are planning to submit?
Inshallah. I will hopefully in this semester, inshallah, try to do the analysis and finalize in the next semester. Not this semester, the other semester. Finalize
the final. So submit semester 8.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Submit semester 8, then halas doctor.
Inshallah, doctor. Inshallah.
Okay. All right. Okay, very good, what call it, presentation, and so I'm waiting for the final product actually. Okay, okay, for that one can make money, right? So we make money from the stock market. Okay, so yeah, okay, I have another person, okay, thank you, Ali. All right,
thank you so much.
You can stay for a while. Maybe you want to advise Yat also. She's just joined her PhD. Okay, Nur Hayati.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Salam, how are you?
Fine, mashallah. Almost 3 kan. So, last
Still the Telekom.
I just apa solat Isyak then teruslah. That one last week I just joined the class for 2 classes, the research method and also for the data analysis
Okay.
with Prof. Abdul Ghafur.
Oh, the Ghaffar, my Sifu. Ghaffar is my Sifu.
Okay.
My,
So,
my, my professor last time.
oh really? Yeah, he's quite he's a really experienced prof kan.
Okay.
The one is it okay for the research, is it mesti ada kaitan dengan Islamic ke Prof? Saya agak confused kat situ. Masa dengar dia punya orientation semua tu.
Okay. So, okay, like this. So basically, it's not what call it compulsory, but since you are from USIM, okay, you need to also include the Islamic, okay, element, okay, Islamic element. For example, if you are doing credit, so the credit must be the Sharia compliance one lah. Correct.
Oh, okay.
Sharia compliant credit. So for example, like Ali also the same thing. So you also have to talk about the Sharia, the Sharia compliant stocks. Okay. So basically, it's just like you are doing the same thing, but you are trying to look at it from the Islamic perspective. Okay, the Sharia credit, for example. Okay, for example, if you are talking about credit, okay, a lot of things lah, a lot of contracts that you need to understand.
Okay, so okay. So in that situation memang Yat kena banyaklah baca about the Syariah compliance punya kan, sebab I can say I have a zero knowledge on that Sharia compliance.
Basically, it's very simple. Okay, very simple. For Sharia, there are 4 things lah, 4 things. Okay, one is must be free from riba, free from interest. Second is actually free from gharar or uncertainty. Okay, for example, the insurance, conventional insurance, something like that. And then the third one is free from maisir, which is gambling, right? And okay, the fourth one is must not be prohibited products lah. So basically, there are 4 what I call it major things in this what I call it this overall principles lah of us.
So kalau katalah in that case kan Prof, because yang buat kan macam P2P punya lending platform ni, so ada satu je company dekat Malaysia ni, out of 11 ada satu je company yang Syariah compliance, which is nama company tu Microlip. Okay, so meaning that bila kita as investor, the borrower tu pun mesti jual benda-benda yang bersih Betul lah, because the investor
the contracts tu must be not riba based lah, not interest based.
Okay, not riba based and cannot sell all the haram things lah. Kan, betul tak?
Yes. Tak boleh lah jual, contoh invest in alcohol products or something like that lah.
Okay, so kalau that one is the borrower, tapi kalau macam investor, because
dia borrower tau, they call it entrepreneur.
So kalau kita as the investor, investor dia open juga, maksudnya non-Muslim also can invest.
No problem. Okay, non-Muslim also can invest in the Sharia compliant punya investment.
But the source of the money okay je, mana-mana ke kena check juga?
No need to check.
So maksudnya
but we need to check for AMLA lah. Yes, you have to check AMLA. Okay, Anti-Money Laundering Act. So you need to check, for example, where does he get the money lah. Okay, because we don't want for money laundering. For example, his income is from prostitution, right? So that one under AMLA is actually cannot lah. Okay,
Oh,
Anti-Money Laundering Act, or maybe if the income actually comes from illegal sources lah. Illegal sources, for example, drug trafficking. Okay, that one memang normal bank akan tengok lah. Banks akan tengok, and also the credit, I mean the P2P also, they have to look at the AMLA. Okay, AMLA Act. Okay, Anti-Money Laundering Act.
okay, anti-money laundering. Okay.
Even the stock market also. Okay, the broker, for example, if suddenly this guy bring 20 million, before this is only like trading 10,000, and then suddenly 20 million. Then this is an alert lah, for a signal for this broker to check. Okay, where is the source of this 20 million, right? So he has to become the, what you call it, the reporter, okay, to the authority. Okay, the broker, the banks, and the same for the P2P. But for the Sharia compliant, so basically you don't actually ask them, oh, where do you get this money lah, okay?
Ya, okay. Okay, so benda tu bukan isu lah kan, Prof?
It's not issue lah.
Okay, so meaning that kalau nak ke, I mean the Sharia compliance tu, maksudnya kalau macam yang bank dia ada apa tu, credit score CITOS tu kan, Prof?
Yes.
Tapi kalau P2P dia
They have to have their own ni lah, their
Akan-
own,
they have-
or they can use CITOS or SICRIS, the same thing.
boleh
Because
guna.
there are two. One is SICRIS. SICRIS is the Bank Negara. Bank Negara is for the they will
Untuk-
check on your installment, whether you have delay in payments or what. Okay. And number two is CITOS. CITOS is not on your installment, but it's your default. Okay, your default. You already one case lah. For CITOS, is already gone for legal action. Okay, so that is CITOS. For SICRIS, is actually not yet sent to CITOS. It's only within the bank. Okay, maybe I'm not really sure. The P2P will be using the same mechanism too.
Okay, so if like say macam, because sebab dia dah tengok dia punya page tu,
Okay.
the page of how as, because investor yang ni dia is not professional investor kan kalau P2P ni, because dia kebanyakannya sebab dia agak rendah kan, dia start is around RM50 yang paling rendah. So how kita nak choose, how we want to decide which borrower tu?
Which borrower? Which mean with the P2P to decide, or the investor to decide? Investor want to decide, the entrepreneur, right? So basically like this. Okay, you go back to the theory. The theory says that, okay, people are risk averse. Okay, people are risk averse, which means that if they want to incur higher risk, they will have to be compensated with higher return.
Okay.
So basically, maybe the risk and return is actually one of the things that the investors will be looking at lah. Okay, because if they think that they will going for higher risk, okay, because this is the investors, the entrepreneurs are maybe new company, right? So the maybe a very small company, so the risk is higher. So that's why they might want to be compensated with a higher return. So,
but do they afraid of cannot repay?
okay,
The entrepreneur has
that's
default rate because dia tak ada cagaran langsung kan?
Yeah, because that's the risk. So when you have higher risk, you want to be compensated with higher return.
Okay.
Okay, so you look at the theory of risk averse investors. Normally they will need higher return. Okay, if they assume higher risk. So P2P is high risk. I think higher than stock market. P2P, correct, Ali? P2P is.
Yes, I would actually agree, because I think there is no transparency in the reporting as the stock market.
Yeah.
So in the stock market, you have the advantage that each public listed company have a proper listing that is validated and that is properly can be tracked. But in B2B, it's quite,
Yeah.
I would believe it's very risky.
Yeah, risky. And then definitely the investors want a higher return compared to the stock market. If the stock market is giving about, let's say, 8 to 10%, probably they are looking for maybe 15%. Okay.
Yeah, 15. I think dia buka tu, the pitch tu is around 15. Certain business up to 18% per annum.
Wow, that's very high because the risk is higher. That's why the return is also high. Okay. All right. So that's normal. So you might want to put also the risk averse and also theory, and also the why do actually the investors want to have higher return, because they are assuming higher risk, because P2P is high risk, because small companies, right, we don't know what they are doing, right, and then they are not required to report every quarterly as compared to stock market. Okay, stock market they have to report quarterly. Okay, the annual the financial standing, but P2P I don't think they report every quarterly. Maybe they report only yearly lah, yearly. That one is compulsory lah, yearly, right? So 18% or 15 to 18% is what we call it. I think quite reasonable lah. Okay, for high risk investment.
Okay.
But you might want to ask, because you are doing qualitative, right?
Yes, Prof.
You might want to ask the investors why they want to invest in P2P, why they want to invest in high risk investment. So are they looking for higher return, or they just looking for, I don't know, they just want to help the other companies to go to grow or whatever, right? So but that one maybe just because you are interviewing the P2P companies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but additionally you can also interview the investors lah, to get to know why they want to invest in P2P instruments.
Okay. Boleh, okay. Faham, Prof?
Yeah. All right.
So meaning that I akan this one, so maksud saya kecilkan skop saya kepada Islamic punya P2P lah.
Now you can go for both, okay, conventional and also Islamic, but at the end of the day you can see the differences lah between Islamic and also conventional. That is a good contribution lah for you.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay, any other comments from the rest? Yeah, Ali.
Yeah, may I add, Professor, that what I find interesting is that usually these companies that are not listed in the stock market are undermining their revenue actually, or you know, their reporting is not quite correct.
Yeah, they have three books.
Yes, correct. So I have seen it even for some big companies, that you can see the company is very, very big, but if you go and check the SSM and the data related to the financial reporting, you can see it's quite amazing that how they can make the reporting of their revenue, of their profit. They can eat it and make the profit very minor. That is not I think it is related to the tax and all of that stuff.
One book is for the tax, okay, one book the accounting, okay, one is for the tax, one is for the bank, one for the owner.
Yes, correct. So
okay, but I'm just joking, okay, I'm just joking. If I want to say this, I need to have like proof or evidence, but this is actually, I mean, this is known in the business, in the industry, but we don't have evidence because nobody want to say that I have 3 accounts, 3 books, one for the bank, one for the tax, and one for myself, right?
So okay. Bob, basically for P2P lending ni is it the factor credit trust to is one of the main factor?
What?
Credit trust.
Yes, yes, trust. I mean, any business of trust is actually one of the important factors. But once you go for the interview, then you will get all the things coming out from your interview. Okay, because you are qualitative, so you are theory creation, theory development. So you will create the theory, right? For the quantitative, like Ali, like Fatah, okay, they have to find the theory first. Then they have to what I call it, to use the model, and then test, right? But yours is a bit different. You will be trying to dig. Okay, what will be the reason why, okay, this P2P can be successful lah. Okay, maybe trust. You can say that just now. Okay, trust. But you need to wait for you will have that idea. Okay, trust as one of the factor, but at the end of the day, you need to go for to the field. Then you need to get the whether trust really, credit trust really become the
Really matter.
yeah. Okay. So you might want to have some few ideas about what will be the factors lah. Okay, you say credit trust just now, maybe 2 or 3 other things that you might want to have. Okay, in your mind in your mind. Okay, because you cannot just put that. Okay, I already know this. Then qualitative is actually a bit difficult lah. It's just like you are trying to develop something. Okay, but you don't say that you already have it. Okay, so now you say that, okay, you already have credit trust, you can just put it as something that is not yet confirmed yet.
Okay, Prof. So, kalau macam kau kata tu later on, because for the first semester,
Yeah,
For
you
the-
have to go for the classes.
For
Prof.
the first
Ghaffar
semester-
teaching to both of the classes.
yes, both of the classes,
Okay, Prof.
So-
Ghaffar is quantitative guide.
quantitative.
So you can learn from him for the quantitative, but when you want to ask for the qualitative part, you can ask me.
Okay. Alright, because with the classes tu dia ada cakap pasal hypothesis, whatever things for the research semua tu. So I was like, oh okay.
You don't have hypothesis, but you can have proposition. Okay, you can have proposition instead of hypothesis. Hypothesis is for Ali, for Fatah, for quantitative guide, right? For the qualitative, we can have proposition, which means that you are trying to propose something lah. Okay, right.
Okay.
So don't worry about the hypothesis, but for your class, yes, you have to learn lah hypothesis.
Okay. It's okay for me. Okay,
But you need to explain to Prof. Ghaffar that you are using qualitative research. You are doing qualitative. So he should actually introduce you about the qualitative analysis and so on.
So at the end of the course, as a student, I'm expected that I can write a good research question, research problem macam tu kan, for the research methodology punya class.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yours would be qualitative.
Alright. So I akan tanya Prof Abdul Ghafur lah to ni juga. Oh, okay.
So your research question is still the same, okay, but basically you need to have a lot of how, why, okay, how, why, okay, instead of what, okay. So your question is basically how, why, okay. So more towards the deep, okay, understanding of the study, okay.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, any more want to comment? Fatah want to comment about anything about Yat? Yat is just how many months? 1 month. Already
3 weeks. I'm so amazed with Ali presentation. I was like, oh, and when I listened to Ali's presentation, I was like, oh man, like wow, this guy is so smart. I watched Fatah's presentation. I was like, when you asked me to comment, of course I don't have any idea how to comment. Then when you mentioned Ali just now that you're in 7th semester, I was like, oh, okay. All the best, Ali. You're almost finished.
Thank you. It's a long road, but enjoy the journey.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Okay, so anyone else want to say something? Okay. Alright, Ali, so
Artis sekarang, Prof.
I think huh?
Prof sekarang artis.
No,
Hari-hari masuk radio lah, masuk TV lah.
tak,
Dengan
that one,
classes semua, you have time.
no, that one is normally during budget time. Yang tu normally will happen like this lah. Okay, after the budget nanti dia akan senyap balik lah. Alright, so you guys will be the same thing, but it's up to you lah whether you want to contribute to the society, okay, or not. Because this is not being paid or whatever, right? So it's just contributing your knowledge, sharing your knowledge to the society lah, to your what you call it, to your people lah, right? So it's a bit extra work, okay, extra work, but it's good. Okay, it's good. Okay, for why? Okay, I will say, if you are an author, for example, I'm an author, right? So basically, when we always be in on air in the media, right? So basically, our books are being sold quite fast lah in the market. Okay, so it's good. Okay, all right. So, but it takes time, like it takes time. All right. Anyone else want to say something? Ali, Fatah, can we do this every week? So it's good. Okay, it's good.
Inshallah.
Okay, all right. Fatah is still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay, so if there is nothing, okay, so hopefully you take my comments, okay, and then try to improvise it, okay. For Ali, I think because it's too many hypotheses in one arrow, it confused me. So if it confused me, it will confuse the others too, right? Okay, so with that, okay, I thank you. We stop the meeting with the recitation of tasbih kifarah and surah wa asmaka wa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks, Prof. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Good night.
Salam. Have a